Hello everyone! Today we are making beef chuck short ribs. This type of ribs are perfect for slow cooking, known for their flavor and richness, which makes the great comfort food. As you already know, I'm a big fan of simplified and fast recipes. Therefore, I'm using the Instant Pot for lots of recipes on my channel. Recently, however, I have tried to cook a traditional French dish called beef bourguignon, using a traditional method of cooking in a Dutch oven. I was very much impressed with the flavor and texture of the beef from the Dutch oven. Since today I'm making a dinner for a party of 8, I can really fit all the ribs in the Instant Pot at once. I have decided to do a side-by-side comparison of cooking short ribs in a pressure cooker versus a traditional Dutch oven version. I will give you a side-by-side view on both cooking methods. Trust me, you will be surprised with the results. So today we'll be making Korean-style sweet and sour ribs, which are also called English-style ribs. This type of ribs are cut parallel to the bone with bone per piece. I prefer to use bone-in ribs as bone adds a nice flavor, and also these ribs hold shape better during the long braising process. I have tried cooking ribs using different recipes, but this one by far is my favorite. You can find a list of ingredients in the description of this video. This recipe is very easy and I will break everything into simple step-by-step instructions. Alright, step number 1. Peel, core and cut apples and pears. Peel and cut Korean radish in small cubes. Peel garlic. Chop scallions and separate it into the whites and greens. Peel ginger, separate it in half, cut one part in small cubes and mince the remaining part using grinder. Now, using a food processor or blender, we can make the sauce. Since we have quite a few ingredients, we might need to do it in 2 batches. Add apples, radish, pears, garlic, white scallions and ginger cubes into the blender. Now add sesame oil, soy sauce and apple juice. Blend everything very well on high to the smooth texture. Alright, step number 2. Generously season the ribs on all sides with kosher salt and pepper. Now we need to give a good sear to our ribs. Caramelize it to a nice brown color. I will start with Instant Pot. Turn sauté mode on Instant Pot, add some oil, and when hot, add ribs. We need to give ribs a really good sear on all sides. Don't overcrowd meat. I normally do it in few batches. I will follow the same process in the Dutch oven. On the medium-high, add ribs to the hot oil and sear on each side. Comparison number 1. Searing in the Dutch oven is a lot better than Instant Pot. Look at the nice caramelized color from the Dutch oven. Alright, step number 3. Now put meat into the Instant Pot. Cover it well with a sauce and set Instant Pot to manual high pressure for 50 minutes. We will wait for natural release. So in total time, 15 minutes to come to pressure, 15 minutes cook time, and 20 minutes to depressurize, so total 1 hour and 30 minutes. In the meanwhile, we will set up our Dutch oven. Follow the same process by covering meat with a sauce, close the lid and put ribs in the oven for 3 to 4 hours at 290 degrees Fahrenheit. Check meat in the process. It's ready when meat is soft and flaking apart. Comparison number 2. Nothing new, but cooking under pressure in the Instant Pot is quite a bit faster than a Dutch oven. 1.5 hours versus 3 to 4 hours, depending on the oven type. Okay, step number 4. Open up Instant Pot when pressure is fully released. Now we can take the ribs out. Meat looks soft and falls off the bone. As you can see, the sauce is quite liquidy. To make it thicker, we want to set the Instant Pot to sauté mode again for about 15 minutes. Add remaining ginger to the pot and stir it well. While simmering, a lot of liquid will evaporate. The will sauce get to the desired texture. Now, since slow cooking ribs produce a lot of fat, we can reduce sauce fat consistency by getting it through the fat separator. Alternatively, you can pour sauce in a bowl, let it cool down and use the spoon to take out the fat, which will float to the top. I would follow the same process with Dutch oven. Take the ribs from the oven, they look amazing, and the meat is very soft. Put Dutch oven on the stove on the low heat. Stir in remaining ginger and let it simmer on the low heat for another 5 to 10 minutes. Adding ginger at the end adds a nice flavor to the final product. Sauce from the Dutch oven has a much thicker structure compared to the Instant Pot, so technically you don't really need to thicken it. Comparison number 3. Due to the longer cooking process in the Dutch oven, sauce has the right consistency already, so you don't need to thicken it. I like to serve ribs on the bone, it just looks more presentable. It also goes really well with mashed potatoes. Pour some sauce on top, sprinkle green scallions and sesame seeds, and finally, conclusion on the taste. Collectively, all my guests like the Dutch oven version, as it has a bit more flavor. I'm not sure if it's related to the presentation of the dish, longer cooking time, or better searing. But honestly, the Instant Pot version is not too far apart from the Dutch oven. If I don't have enough time for cooking, the Instant Pot option would be my preference, and it's also really good. I hope you like this recipe. If you like to pair this dish with a nice dessert, check out my channel for more interesting dessert recipes. Click on the next video on your screen. Remember to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my future videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon.